Hello, gamers. Ooh, look at that. We got points for days. For days. Points for days. Yeah, sure, let's yoink that one. Okay, cool. Points for days. Free cement mixer. Guess who doesn't need that? Me. I don't need it. That's obviously an item that... It's a raffle item I already have. I guess technically, I could get the last raffle item just from it being buried somewhere. I feel like that's unlikely, but it could definitely happen. Okay, that is the cement mixer, by the way. So I will dig that up so that it's put away. It is snowing, so if it stops snowing, we'll see gyrates tomorrow, which would be nice. I'm really trying to get more gyrates lately. I mean, and snow is more common now, so that's a good thing and a bad thing. That's the problem, you know, because it has to stop snowing. So like when snow is uncommon, yeah, you know, if you get it, sure, probably the next day it'll stop. But now it's like, oh, I have to wait for it to stop, and it might not. And that could be a problem. Anyway, I'm a little late today. Kinda had a feeling that would be the case. But that's fine. Let's just find Joan and see what we can do. Thankfully, it is December now, so I don't have to worry about the fishing tourney. However, that's not really thankful because, like, if I had one more fishing tourney, I could finish the raffle items, and that would be really nice. So, yeah. Anyway, let's just see where Joan, where's she at? Maybe I should have went the other way. I'm starting to feel like oh, no, okay, she's here. Bad acre. Not good. I don't know, I keep seeming to buy from that acre. And like, if I bought from this acre, I would not have much room. So I feel like this is probably the safer option to take money from. I can take a full inventory and see what that does. And again, it is almost 10:30, so we'll have at least an hour and a half, maybe more. I mean, yeah, we'll just see. I don't even know what the price is. Could have a terrible price. It could be a great price. If it's good, then we gotta go for it. If it's terrible, then I'll do a little bit, I guess. You know, that's kind of how I like to do things at this point. 6 is I don't know. Let's just get the price. Nah, I know. I've been doing this for like a long time. Okay, 119 is pretty good. Can't really complain about 119. That means it's going to be 180k for inventory, almost. It's really 178.5. But yeah. Okay, I mean, yeah, that's pretty decent. I mean, last week I bought 33 inventories and I managed to get 4.5 mil. I don't know if I'll get that much, but if I was to buy like 25 inventories, I should hit at least 4. Yeah, I don't know. And the other thing is, I don't know what's happening here. I mean, like, if we look at my patterns, things got kind of crazy back in July, as I've mentioned each week. Like, I had 6 weeks of nothing, whatever, right? And then in June I had a spike, then it went decreasing, and then July. Like July 15th, I had a spike, and then the next week I had a spike, and then there was a raffle, I don't know what happened, then it went decreasing, and then it was 2 spikes, decreasing, 4 spikes, decreased, 2 spikes, decreased, a raffle where I don't know what happened, and then I've had 5 spikes. So technically I could have already had 6 spikes in a row, but because of the Friday raffle and Halloween, we don't know. Oh man, imagine that day. That would have been crazy. That would have actually been nuts. Because, like, Halloween itself was already, like, almost 4 hours. Anyway. So, I mean, on one hand, there's no way I could get another spike next week. But on the other hand, I could technically get another spike next week. So, we're gonna just give it a shot. Now, I realized if I lose money this week, technically I might not be at 600 mil. But we're not gonna draw attention to that. I mean, according to my... Hold on, are we good? No, we're not. According to my sheet here, I need 398.6 mil. So that would say that I have 1.4 mil extra. So if I lost 1.4 mil this week, or if I lost more than that, then yeah, I would probably be under 600 mil. But I don't know. I mean, I kind of, like I said, I don't expect this week to go well, but it doesn't mean anything, you know? Anything can happen, is what I'm saying. But we got a good price, so I gotta do it. As long as we hit 4 mil. You know, 4 mil is my minimum, right? If I can do higher, then yeah, I'll do it, but I don't want to, like, do less than that. And if I have a price that's triple digits, then there's really no excuse. Unless, like, there's a raffle, maybe. But, like, at this point, it's probably just, like, go for it, you know? But yeah, I mean, I think I've made a lot of progress with the turnips, and it's not even been a year of turnips, right? I didn't start turnips until January. And technically the first 2 weeks were bad, so I made no progress. So, like, yeah. And if you look at how I've, like, done with turnips, at the beginning, like, you know, the first half of the year versus the second half of the year, it's night and day. I think I could have had it done within a year if I changed, if I improved earlier on. I could have definitely been done, I think. I feel like I can only buy 2 inventories here, and I don't have any extra money. I have 6k, and there's 4 bags. Yeah, that's a no. We can't do anything with this, unfortunately. So let's look around, try to figure out where she is, drop this stuff, and go from there. Anyway, that's 2 inventories. It's not great, but I'll take it. Katrina's here. I didn't deal with her yesterday, obviously. I'm not gonna really have a chance to deal with her today. I could get 1 fortune with my character, and let's just say, like, assuming I find the glowing spot because I'm running all over town, chances are I could dig that up if I got the money fortune, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll just, like, get 1 fortune from Katrina just for the heck of it. But I won't be expecting much. It would really suck if she was, like, right down here. So let me check this acre quickly. Alright, yeah, let's just go. Anyway, what do I have to talk about today? Well, I started Metroid Prime 4 yesterday. I don't really want to talk about it too much. I don't like to talk about games that just come out on stream. The very rare case where somebody shows up and I spoil something. I want to avoid that. But I've been enjoying it so far. I've got 2 out of the 5 keys that they want me to get. That's all I can say right now. I have the bike. That's it. I don't know. It's good. It's a good game. I don't know. There's been a lot of hate for it online, and I don't know really why or where that started. It doesn't feel normal, because, like, Metroid is a niche game anyway. Let's be real. It's never, like, sold well. So, like, why are there so many people complaining about it? Doesn't really make sense, is what I'm getting at. But, you know, Metroidvanias historically are my favorite genre, so obviously I have to play it for myself. And so far, I don't really see any issues. I also have only played for like 3 to 4 hours, so I can't really, like, comment on anything like that, but yeah. Let me get the calculator out. So if I have my standard amount of money and I divide that by the price, that's 10.7. That's not a lot. Okay, so I dropped my turnips there. So this is good and bad. It's good to get a good acre because this means I can just go crazy. But it's bad in that, like, this is one less good acre for me to get later on. Doesn't mean I won't get them later on, it just means that, like... But also it's 10:30, so if I do this and buy a bunch, I'll be in a pretty decent spot, I think. Anyway, so if I times that by the amount I have, and then I add 450... Now I can buy 13.2. I think I can do more than that, right? plus 180 divided by the number. Now it's 14.2, so we have a little bit of leeway. And yeah, okay, let's go for it. So yeah, we'll just be set up in this acre for a while. It'll be after 11 by the time I'm done here. And then if we, like, ideally I get one more acre and then a good acre, and then we're good, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, I'm like, I don't want to do turnips this weekend, obviously. I'd rather, you know, play Metroid. But yeah, like, I didn't spend a lot of time playing it yesterday. I did the stream yesterday, I did a couple other things. Yeah, anyway. I guess I should probably be sticking to 6 bags most of the time. If I pick up 6 bags, I'm only having like 1,500 bells of like left over. So it would take a long time for that to build up and actually be enough to change how many bags I need. Really? That wasn't enough. Oh man. Whatever. Oh man, half an hour in. How many have I bought? I bought 4 here? I mean, I had like 2 at 10 minutes. I have to do a little setup here. Okay, yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. That makes 5. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to talk about. It's been weird. It's not been too weird, but it's been a little weird. I don't know. I'm not sure what to describe it as. Like, lately. You know? Like... I guess, like, I don't know. I played Dave the Diver last month, and I finished that up right before Sailing came out in RuneScape. And that was 2.5 weeks ago now. And then I've done a bunch of things outside of that. Like, I had to get all my Animal Crossing stuff up to date, so, like, my videos are uploaded and ready. They aren't out yet, but they are ready. I do want to start releasing those soon. I'm opening the vault early. For preference, I did not open the New Horizons vault until I was done. And that took ages, because it was 4 years of streams. And, like, I don't know, lots of hours. I do know how many hours I've spent in this game so far. I am choosing not to reveal it until Wednesday. Because again, Wednesday, it's gonna be a little bit different. We're gonna think about things. I'm gonna yap more, maybe. You know. Yeah, I was doing Sailing. Sailing, I don't know. Like, I'm okay with Sailing, I think. I've kind of been dreading it this whole time. I like didn't want it to come out because it's like, man, I don't know about this. But now that it is out, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I got it. It's my Sailing's at level 75 now. I can tell you that I have base 80s on my account. That's all I can say. I can say that I have at least all of my stats are at least level 80. So to have Sailing at 75 in like 2 weeks, okay. I mean, there's a bunch of people that have 99 already. Those people, crazy. I would never hit 99 on Sailing until I got more 99s. I only have 199 right now, and it's farming. I say only, but like, I don't know. I don't know how many people actually get 99s, you know, and how many people don't. Because like, my original character in what is now RuneScape 3 or whatever, no 99s there. I don't know how easy it would be nowadays. They've changed the game, but I kind of want. I don't know. My focus is old school. Sometimes I do think about playing the other one and doing quests there, which I did do at one point. I think like 10 years ago, maybe. I went back and I was kind of doing both, or I was just doing like weeklies in Harvest 3. and doing some quests, because I do like doing quests. So I was maybe thinking maybe I should do those quests and that, but then it's like, I'm doing too much, you know? It's like I can't be playing 2 versions of the same MMO in addition to everything else. That would be a bit much. Excessive, one might say. So, anyway. Yeah, so I have, like, farming, and my cooking is basically 99, but I don't want it to be my second 99, because cooking's a noob 99. It can't be my second one. That would be wrong. Even though it basically already is. And then I guess my next closest one is actually crafting. Because I've been buying battle staves every day for like ages, most days. And then crafting them. I'm behind. I have like thousands of battle staves to make right now. I have to alch them too if I want to like make the most money back. At one point, I was salvaging and alching. That was maybe a good move. But I got the seeds I needed, so I stopped doing that. But yeah. I kind of want to get my crafting at 99. And then I could probably get my cooking at 99. And then I'd have 3 99s. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know which one I would get next, though. Cooking's basically set. And then, yeah, crafting, it's like almost 97. It's like pretty close to 97. If I used all the stabs I had, I would pass it. And I'd be somewhere on the way to 98. And it's like, I could also just put money in to like get it done sooner instead of waiting for the stabs. But I am also like very behind on stabs. So, I'm not too worried about that at this moment. If I did all that, like I'm thinking like, oh, could I hit it by the end of the year? But like, I don't know if I'm focusing on that right now or not. Right now, it's like, I wanted to get my sailing to 78 so I could chart everything. And it's a 75, so I could probably hit 78 without too much effort, to be honest. It shouldn't be that bad. Also, wow, this price is actually like really good. You know, I don't have to worry about like the money thing. Like, this is actually like peak price. I mean, 120 would have probably been slightly better, but beggars can't be choosers. One more? Yeah, okay. So I think we're like 7 inventories into this acre, and it's 11 o'clock. So we got probably another 7 to go. And that'll leave us at 16. And then we'll see what happens. If we get a good acre immediately after this, we could expect it to be around 11:30. And then like half an hour would go into it, but then we would get more time after that. So I'd probably just stick with it and then call it a day. Because yeah, again, I'm just buying turnips, then I'll check the lost and found, the dump rather. Maybe I'll deal with Katrina, and if she gave me the right fortune, maybe I'll do it. But other than that, I'll just buy some stuff from the store to get tickets, and then I'm out of here. But yeah, like, I could probably do my initial sailing goal. I feel like, here's how it would go. I would, like, I could hit like 78 sailing, then chart everything in that last sea, because I've charted everything except like the northern ocean or whatever. And then charting all that would give me probably at least 150k experience, because those places give like 17k, and then having everything would give me... Actually, no, that would be huge, because like each place there is giving like maybe 6k or 17k, but then completing it would probably give close to 30k. And then I would also get the 100k for completing everything. So if I hit 78 and upgraded my ship to do that thing, I would do all the charting, and then from there I would just hit 80 to say that I have base 80. I'm gonna be real though. At that point, I should probably just get my sailing higher. I have multiple skills at level 80. So when it comes to Tears of Gothic, that's when things get interesting. For the longest time, it was like, alright, rune crafting's just the go-to. But now, like, I have like 5 skills competing for the lowest. So like, before, I obviously have a lot going on right now between Animal Crossing and like trying to play other games, and then also like sailing itself. Like I don't have enough time, because like ideally, what I was doing before is I would like spend time. Oh wow, we actually had it happen. Wait, are we gonna be cooked now every time? I was just saying, wow, it's been so good to us, and now it's like, yeah, you're done. You're donezo. Okay, so I'm gonna do that, pick up this, and then do this. Anyway, yeah, so like, before it was like, alright, I remember at one point, I did a bunch of training. Like, when I uploaded all my New Horizons videos, I think I was just fishing in RuneScape the whole time. I think I had, like, something playing on the other monitor, maybe a podcast. I had, like, RuneScape on half of my other monitor, and then I had, like, my YouTube on the other half of that monitor. And I was just like, I'm fishing, waiting for these things to go, clicking publish. You know, like, it was funny. So yeah, it's like I did all that to get like way ahead, so I wouldn't have to worry about things. And now it's like, I guess there was like lots where like I didn't have as many that were being like competing. I think like I had to get my mining up, and that was a pain because mining's such a pain. And then yeah, so now it's like, oh, if I do like 6 minutes sailing around, I can get like 16k experience, and Tears of Guthix takes like, I mean, realistically, it's what I'm saying is that if I hit 80, I should just blast past it, because it's faster to get like sailing experience compared to like rune crafting or something. But realistically, I don't even know what I want it to go to. I kind of want it to go to like mining of all things, maybe. My hunter's also like low. I haven't trained hunter in the longest time. I don't know, like I want to get all the achievement diaries done in RuneScape. That's kind of like one of my goals, but that's also like ridiculous, so I don't know if that's happening. I want to get my quest cake back, which I still have to do. I'm still 2 quests behind. I gotta do the Final Dawn. I'm not too worried about that, but I still have to do Desert Treasure too. I'm saving that until the end. And then it's like, I do want to get the music cape, but like, I have a lot of the music, but I don't have all of it. And like, I need to get a champion scroll, which is annoying because those things drop so rarely. And then there's also all the other stuff I'd have to do. But like, that's another thing. But yeah, like, I'd like to do that. And yeah, achievement diaries would be nice. I've done like 2 elite achievement diaries, I think. Varrock and Lumbridge, I think those are the 2. The other ones, it's like, I'm too far away, and like, the rewards aren't worth it, you know? The RuneScape and, sorry, the Lumbridge and Varrock rewards are kinda nice. The Lumbridge one, you know, like, you don't have to have the staff to use fairy rings, that's huge, and I have a fairy ring in my house, so that's pretty darn convenient. And then Varrock is for the battle staffs, which is pretty good, so like, yeah, there's a system here. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what my plan is. Like, I know I want to get all the quests done. I want to get 99 crafting. But it's also like, I guess I should probably get my sailing past 80. But I think, like, if I get it to 78, then doing all that stuff will have me very close to 80 anyway. And it's like at that point it wouldn't be that much work to just blast past it, you know? And like honestly, like the first like of the trials was like, okay, this is fine. And then the second one required like a little bit more and like it was very easy for me to mess up. But I feel like the third one isn't as bad. Like I learned the route on my own. I got the time on the first 2 trials. I haven't got the time on the last one yet. I was like 5 seconds off. And that was like, again, I routed it myself. The other ones I kind of looked up. Because I was like, whatever. This one, it's like, it kind of like tells you, but it doesn't tell you. It's very just keep going forward and figure it out. I just need to like improve a little bit more. And that'll happen in the bag. And that will be a nice bonus. But yeah, like I get that time when I hit 78 and I do all the charting, I might as well be 80, and then at that point it's just like, yeah, just get it above 80. And then I'll have like leeway. Because I mean, like, if I play Tears, I don't know how long Tears goes for, but let's just say 3 minutes. Actually, let me look it up. I want to know now. I'm saying all this because you can now get experience from Tears in sailing. So next time I do Tears, it will go to sailing. I think those are visible enough. Almost not, but like I think they're fine. Okay, the time limit, yeah, time limit's based on quest points. Players granted 1 game tick of time for each quest point. That doesn't tell me how long it takes. But I can tell you that I average 14k experience, and again, one of those trials, which takes me about 6 to 6.5 minutes, would give me 16k experience. Actually, no, it would be more like 19. It's 16k flat at the end, right? And then you get like another 2 to 3k as well, so it's like 20k per trip. And that's like obviously longer than Tears, but when you compare that to like runecrafting or mining, yeah, I don't think the rates line up. Getting close to being done with this acre, which is good. That's not good. Trying to drop things nicely. guess we have enough for one more after this. I should be able to drop this and then the other one. And yeah, it's like 11:18, so maybe 11:25. We'll be looking for the next acre, and then we can go from there. We're coming up on the hour mark. I've been chatting a bit, but I don't know what to say. Apart from all the RuneScape stuff, but I think I have a plan for that now. I think I've spoken out my plan, so I kind of know what I'm doing. My game shelves are looking fairly organized, although they're looking very full now. Literally, like, 7 of them. I have, like, 2 shelves, and there's, like, or 2 bookcases, rather, and there's 8 shelves, and 7 of the shelves are full. Essentially, not quite, but, like, the 7 of them look full at this point. I have some GBA games in box that don't have a place to go right now. I have my N64 boxes from my childhood in cases now. They look pretty good for the most part. There's a couple that are like missing a couple, like some spots, but most of the fronts look good except for like Pokemon Stadium 2. So now I have like 7 boxes of N64 games that are on display. Because I also bought Paper Mario. And then there's like all the N64 games, because those aren't displayed nicely, because I don't know how to display them yet. So that one shelf just has like those games and those boxes. Some extra stuff. But then everything else is like there. And it's like I'm still buying. You know? My GameCube shelf is the only one that's like not, well, I guess technically like I have an NES and a SNES shelf. And then they're being held up by Amiibo Festival because it's in box and it's big. And it's a good like way to keep the games from falling. But like I still need more of those for sure. And obviously, as I've said on stream a handful of times, I would like to have the entire Animal Crossing NES library. I think I only have 3 or 4 games though, so I still need to do that. I saw one when I was looking at auctions on Friday, I think, but I don't think it was at a great price. See, the problem for me is that, like, here I'm going to talk about how I do auctions, I guess. I have a local store that I purchase from. They do auctions every week, I guess. And that seems to have been working out for me pretty well. I do sometimes go to the stores. Like, basically, my idea is that for, like, cheaper games or, like, popular games or, like, popular games that are, like, not expensive, I can get on auction there and it shouldn't cost me a lot, you know? Like, it won't break the bank. But then there's other games that are, like, pricey that, like, won't go in an auction, because, like, why would you auction off something that's expensive like that? How many do I have? One more. Okay, that was not supposed to go down there, but I can just do that. Great, okay, so we'll buy one more, and then we can switch acres. I'll run up to the store, so there's no issues. But yeah, so I buy from that store. And then I've also checked out a bunch of the local stores. I think I got some decent deals. I always price check to get an idea of whether it's expensive or not. And then, like, I like to look at different stores, because sometimes one thing's going to be priced at one, and it's going to be cheaper at the other. And I guess it just depends on what sells in the area, maybe. So, like, I've been to the major local stores, and, like, there's some that are definitely better than others. And there's, like, maybe, like, 3 that I would... There's, like, 3 that I've gone back to, I guess. And one's, like, a long-standing classic, and then the other one is one that I went to ages ago, and then the other one's more new. But, like, they put out some sales every month, and then, like, sometimes I'll go when they have sales. And, like, they have a pretty decent, like, social media presence. So that's good for me. The other one is just, like, tried and true. It's got tons of stuff. They're pretty good about things there. The other one's, like, you know, a little bit smaller, but it does auctions, and the auctions are pretty cool. And then the third one, yeah, it's, like, good social media presence, expensive, but then when they have sales, it's, like, a good time to go. I was considering going this weekend, kind of, but I don't think I feel like it. I think they had some deal. I don't know, I might double check, but I'm not sure. I've been spending a lot lately, honestly. It's been a bit of a problem. Even just yesterday. Like Pikmin 4. I bought it digitally, which is weird. I don't know why I did. Maybe because of the what day did it release? Does that have something to do with it? July 21st. 2023. July 21st is a Friday? Maybe that's why. I don't know. For like the Switch, I was like buying digitally, but then not buying digitally, so it's like weird. I have a weird mix, you know? Like New Horizons for me, I bought it digitally, but that's because like I had ordered it and it didn't show up on time. And also the situation with the world, blah blah blah, right? Whatever, okay? Then Pikmin, I guess, I don't know, I didn't. But I bought Tears. So I have like Tears, and that came out in 2023. Anyway, so I don't have Pikmin, but it went on sale on Amazon. So instead of the 85 bucks that it normally is, it's 60. Thank you to the Canadian dollar, shout out. So I did buy it just to now have it. I've been looking. Here's the thing, Pikmin's not like super popular, so it's hard to find. So I figured I would just do it this way. Because like, I see Animal Crossing being posted on like local marketplace stuff, you know? And sometimes I've seen it really lower, like 40 bucks, but it's like instantly gone. And it's like, ah. Because again, I want to own it physically. But yeah, it's like, it's pretty hard to catch. There's one time I was like 7 minutes away from getting it. I like saw the post 7 minutes too late and someone else had already snagged it, basically. Which was unfortunate, because I was hoping to get a deal like that. But you can only do so much. I tried. It didn't work. But this looks like extra money to me. That's kind of interesting. Anyway, yeah, so Animal Crossing is very popular. I think that one you're more likely to see all the time, but it's going to be at a higher price. And then if you get a good deal, great. So I'm still always watching for that. But Pikmin, I don't see Pikmin being listed like anytime. So I was like, 60 bucks, I'll just take it. I don't know. It's an unnecessary purchase, but now I'll have a sealed copy of Pikmin. Okay, Jones in a great acre. Okay, I mean, it's 11.25. This acre will go to the end, you know? So that's cool. I'm gonna just grab this money, actually. I like to keep this stuff in my letters. I draw from this acre for that for some reason. What was I saying? I was saying something... I don't remember. Oh, yeah, the marketplace stuff. I mean, yeah, that's the thing. If I could buy, I was like, before they increased the Switch game prices, which they did recently, I was considering like just buying Animal Crossing on a sale, but then I didn't get it. Or it was too late and the sale went, and then it's like, okay, well next time, but then they increased the price. And now it's like, if it went on sale, it would probably be 60 bucks. And it's like, I could pay that on Marketplace. Or I could pay that, then get hit with tax, but it would be a sealed copy. And then I'd keep it sealed. So, I feel like there's merit to doing it that way, probably. So, I don't know. We'll see. I haven't seen it go on sale. It didn't go on sale last month. Isn't on sale right now, so... yeah. So I'm going to do exactly what I did in the other acre, right? Because it's the same amount of money in both. So I'm going to take 450 and then another 180, and this should give us 14.2. Right now, I am at 16 inventories. I don't know why I dropped that. I need that. But yes, I'm at 16 inventories right now. I bought 2, and then I bought 14. So if I buy another 14 here, we'll hit 30, which should be 5 mil, maybe? I feel like this has been too easy. You know, I'm like, oh, we've had 5 spikes in a row. There's no way we can have more. And then it's like I've joined in a bad acre, and then I've joined a great acre, and then joined another great acre. This will let us buy past noon. We'll probably be at like an hour and 50 at least. I don't think we'll hit 2 hours, but I think we'll be pretty close, and we'll have like 5 mil to show for it, which is still good. But I'm in this mindset where it's like, oh, if it's too easy, it's just a giveaway. They're not gonna give you a spike, but anything can happen. So we're just gonna wait. I think maybe I've done enough that my inventory will have reset and I won't have to keep dealing with the bag. Hopefully. $29. So I think I can actually take 5 bags now. And then that'll be our reset, hopefully. Anyway, I guess I'll be in this acre till I'm done. Which ain't too bad. Hitting 30 will be pretty good. Maybe I should calculate that. I have the chance. Just so I know. 5.3. Honestly, 5.3 pretty good. Could have been better if I showed up earlier. Probably, maybe. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Even if I showed up at 10, it might have been a little bit too tight if this is exactly how it played out that time, you know? How many am I buying? Good morning. So I was a little late today. I showed up at like 10:20ish. I bought 2 from 1 acre, and then I found Joan in a good acre immediately, and I bought another 14, and I was up to 16 inventories, and now I'm in this acre, which is another good acre, immediately after. So that should hopefully get us another 14 for a total of 30 inventories, and that should be about 5.3 mil. So I've already bought like 2 inventories here, so I probably have like 12 more to go. And it should take like I should be here a little bit after noon. But I don't really have anything else to do after that point. I guess I'll drop one thing in my house to make sure I get like another so I get the manor model, and then go from there maybe. I'm doing fine. Yesterday I had like a bit of a headache, which was kind of annoying. Today, I think it's a little bit better today. It kind of went away yesterday, but like most of the morning it was just a slow start, which was kind of lame. I've been playing the new Metroid, So I'm like 3 to 4 hours into that. I just want to play more of it at this point. How long have I been a Metroid fan for? A long time. I'm one of the real ones, you could say. Except I haven't actually played all of Prime. I realize that now, and that's kind of embarrassing. And I shouldn't admit that, but I think I have to admit that because it would be dishonest. I said it briefly on stream earlier, but historically speaking, Metroidvanias have been like my favorite genre across all games. So that's maybe. But how long have I been a fan for? I mean, I played Prime at a friend's house on the GameCube way back when, and then I owned Metroid Prime 2, and I struggled to beat that when I was a kid. I did go back and finish it later, but yeah, that was like kind of rough. And then I did play Metroid Prime 3 on the Wii. I played Dread. I played something on the Switch. On the like the Nintendo like Classics lineup. I think it was a Super Nintendo one. The thing I'm always confused about with like Metroid games is like some of them are remakes of earlier ones, and I can never remember. I played one on the Game Boy Advance, which I think is Fusion. I think I played Fusion, or did I play Zero Mission? And I don't remember which one's which, but I think Zero Mission is a remake of the first Metroid, if I'm not mistaken. And maybe I played Zero Mission and not Fusion. I don't remember, but I played at least one of the Game Boy ones. And I'm missing the other Game Boy one then, maybe? I didn't play like Metroid 2, but I think a different one... No, the 3DS Samus Returns is a remake of Samus 2. Or Metroid 2. Samus Returns. I think that's what it's called. I think I have most of the pieces there. I just haven't played everything. I think that's how it is. So yeah, it's a little complicated. I'd say yeah, for 2 decades. Let's go with 2 decades. I've always been excited for Prime 4, and like it got like it's been in a rough development spot. Because like its development was completely canceled at some point and they had to restart. But so far from what I've seen, it's good. I've seen a lot of hate prior to the release. And I like to, I don't know. I kind of hate the internet at some point. Some points I think about it, I'm like, man, this sucks. It's just like everyone is just so quick to hate just because like hate gets views, hate gets clicks, you know? And then in certain platforms like Twitter, after it was ruined by a certain someone, these people can get paid for their bad takes and clicks because engagement gives them whatever. Anyway, it's stupid. But like on Twitter, I've been on Twitter as I usually am. And like before the game, like people, like I think reviewers got like copies, and then they're like, or there was a demo that people got, and there's this NPC who was talking, and people are like, oh, he's so Reddit, he's so cringe, whatever. I can't believe there's talking in my Metroid game. Oh, this is terrible. They've ruined it, you know, like, and there's all this like nonsense. The dude's like not really there that long, and he's not really that offensive. You know, like it's just one of those things gets blown out of proportion, and then the next thing that gets blown out of proportion is like, oh, you have to use the amiibo to unlock music in the desert. And I played, and I think there was some like atmospheric music in the desert, but I think what I've also seen is that like it's actually just a new game plus feature, and you can unlock it early with the amiibo. And it's like, I think Nintendo kind of like got themselves pigeonholed with amiibos, like because they have them and like they need to do something in the game, but they can't do something that's super important because then that would be like stupid. So like if it's like something that you can unlock early with the amiibo, I guess that makes sense, right? Like because what else are you gonna do in a Metroid game of all things? But like you know that like it's just so many things people just want to throw. Samus talks to computers and people. In some of them. So far I've played 3 to 4 hours and Samus has not said a single word. The only thing Samus has done is nod to one person when directly asked a question. That's it. The problem is like there's Metroid Other M, and like they changed the gameplay for that one. And I tried playing it, but I just couldn't get into it. And there's a lot more talking and dialogue in that. And like I think that's kind of like not exactly. I don't know. I probably wouldn't have an issue with all the talking if the gameplay hadn't changed as much, because like it's a lot different. But yeah, in some of them you do talk to people, maybe computers, or talk to people through computers. In Dread, you like talk to like Adam, I think, like throughout, and that's fine. It's not a problem. But like people are like, no, you're supposed to be isolated. There can't be talking. There can't be dialogue. And like there's this other clip that was trending, and it's like some like, I don't know who she is, but it's like a girl, female like officer or person, and like she like fangirls over Samus or something. And I'm like, that's completely accurate, is it not? Like Samus is a big deal. Like who wouldn't fangirl over it? Like I don't understand. Like what do you? Oh, this is cringe millennial writing. That's what I see online. It's like, dude, come on, let's be real. People gonna lose it over Samus. She's kind of a big deal in the universe. So I don't know. I just think like people are just being disingenuous, either because they don't know the franchise or because that kind of stuff just gets money and views and attention. So I just think that our society is in a bad place. Yeah, like I don't get it. I don't get it. Like everyone sees Samus do stuff and they're like, oh wow, like I'm just saying Samus is super cool. Okay, I've always been a fan of Samus, so like who wouldn't fangirl like that? Anyway, I just think like the things I've seen online are like such weird, random, non-issues, and it makes no sense. And it's like I see other people be like, yeah, these people like they don't comment on Metroid at all. Like this is their first tweet about Metroid, and it's like, okay, so like have you always been a fan? It's like probably not. Like they're probably just, you know, hopping on the train, and it's annoying. But also like Metroid's kind of niche, you know, like the sales ain't great. And again, as we've spoken before, like if you look at the 5 Nintendo mascots, Samus is not one of them, you know. Somehow Pikmin made it there, which is great. I also still don't know how Pikmin made it there. Because I love Pikmin, but I would say that Pikmin's still niche. But I guess like Miyamoto loves his Pikmin so much that he's doing everything he can to unnichify them. But yeah, like I know Dread did pretty well. Metroid Dread, that is. But again, Metroid Dread is not of the Prime series. It's of the 2D. Prime is 3D. That's a big thing. Because even when Prime came out the first time, before Prime came out, I'm pretty sure people were like, you can't make this 3D. It's meant to be 2D. This is ruining everything. But then Prime's like one of the greatest games ever. Has like an insanely high review score on Metacritic. It's like... it's one of the greats, you know. And then and it's like same with like Wind Waker, you know. People saw like the cell shaded cartoony look and like this is terrible, and then like congratulations, Wind Waker's now like one of the best looking Zelda games that is held up to this day because of its strong art direction. Like people just love to complain and then be proved wrong later. And like as a Metroid fan, I saw some of the stuff and it's like I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm gonna play the game for myself because even if it was a bad game or if it wasn't perfect, it's at an 80 on Metacritic. Wow. So even if it's like good, if I'm a Metroid fan, it's probably gonna be more than good. You know? Yeah, the whole ZA thing or ZA, whatever you want to call it. That one was also like pretty frustrating to deal with. It's like, yeah, nowadays it's just cool to hate on things, except it's not, but it's like it gets you clout, so everyone needs to just hate on things. And it's like, if the people that have been playing Pokemon for 20 years are enjoying the game, then you know what? The game's probably not bad. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, if you can't play, then you kind of have to watch other people play. But yeah, it's just like the next big, and like honestly the Nintendo hate has been like blown out of proportion lately. I think that's the other problem. Like, I'm obviously a Nintendo fanboy, I guess. I guess I'm a Nintendo fanboy. I mean, some of my favorite series are Nintendo series, so I guess that's right there. Like, if you want to talk about my favorite series, okay, let's say Zelda, let's say Animal Crossing, let's say Pikmin, let's say Metroid. Donkey Kong. Let's just throw all those out there. Sorry, Mario, you're not making the list. Galaxy's a great game, but I guess I would put Mario up there, but the Mario games are good. I mean, Sunshine's pretty good. Galaxy's good. Odyssey was... I mean, maybe Mario can go up there. They're good games, but there wouldn't be like, if I was to pick my favorite, I wouldn't say Mario, I guess. Anyway, I love Nintendo games. So, like, that's that. I guess I'm a fanboy because of that. No, apparently nothing can be mid anymore. It's exactly right. It's either just trash or it's the best thing ever. It is a problem nowadays, honestly. That's why like I've tried to like train myself to ignore the opinions of those like that. But it's hard to do sometimes. Because like if you just see overwhelming negativity for something you like, it's not great. But yeah, I'm a Nintendo fan, and honestly, like I see like, yeah, I mean the dev teams, like the games, the products that are created. I know that you have your problems with the company, and I'm not like that we're the leadership or like from the decisions that are made from a business perspective. And I guess I'm like less. I mean, you've mentioned some of them, but like I'm less aware of them in general. But like from a product standpoint, the games that they put out are quality work, and they're some of my favorites. But then like just because everything's been really toxic lately, and like you see Nintendo do something and then everyone criticizes them, but then if Sony does it, like Sony doesn't get the same level of hate. So I think like just the Nintendo hate is just disproportionate and blown out lately. And it's kind of like, what are we doing here? Like, why is this where we're at? Like with the Switch 2, you know, the prices and like, I don't know, the pricing, like that whole thing, that was a whole debacle. And I always thought that was really stupid, because you'd see people be online like, no, if it was $50 cheaper, I wouldn't be outraged. And it's like, we're talking $50 here. Get a grip. I mean, yeah, I think that's a reasonable take. I don't think that that's like an offensive take. I don't think people could get mad at that take. I also just think like the socio-economical environment worldwide is a lot different nowadays compared to how it used to be. But yeah, like when the Switch 2 was out, there was a whole thing about the prices, and like yeah, I agree the game prices probably shouldn't go up the way they did. But I mean, I've already been hit with multiple game prices, and nobody did this when nobody was complaining when Sony did this. That's all I'm saying. I guess it's probably because like the American market maybe wasn't affected by Sony doing that. I'm not 100% sure. I would assume they were though. Just should be like proportionate. Like our price should be proportionate to theirs. Like maybe if theirs went to 70 and then ours went to 90. I don't know. Games are expensive nowadays. That's all I got. I mean, I understand that you don't have like spending money, and I'm not trying to like say like, oh, $50 is just nothing. I realize that could come off badly. I'm just saying like for a console that's like they're saying, oh, it's $450. It should have been $400. That would have been reasonable. It's like at that point, come on. You know what's funny? Sony did a Japan-only console too. And I don't see any hate for that. Yeah, that's fair. Like, here's the thing for me. I can justify it really easily. I mean, like, I don't know. Let me, maybe I should talk about my consoles quickly, which I don't know what I have time. This is a conversation that has many branching paths. But like, I got an N64 for Christmas one year. I got a GameCube for Christmas one year. I got a Wii for Christmas one year. And I think we got the 360 for Christmas the next year. And yes, for like a anniversary or something, recently they announced that they're going to be doing a Japan-only PlayStation. I think I mean, like, from what I've heard, like, Japan has a lot of, like, mobile gamers. And, like, people, like, don't have time to game, so they don't game, so they do mobile games. So, like, console and PC stuff is, like, maybe a little bit lesser. I don't know. But, like, yeah, I got all my consoles, like, for Christmas, and then the 360 I got for Christmas. And then I bought my Wii U. I think I got my Switch for Christmas. I bought my Xbox One. I bought my PS5. I think the PS4 was a Christmas thing. And I bought my Switch too. And then everything else that I have. I think, yeah, that makes sense. So it's like, I got a, like, you know, for me, consoles were like a Christmas thing. You know, consoles don't sell in Korea because it's 95% PC, MMO, and mobile gaming. Yeah, I think Japan's in a similar boat. You know, like they maybe they play something on the train on the way to work and then on the way home, and then that's it. But I think like with the Switch is kind of handheld, so maybe there's like a little bit more wiggle room there. And maybe it's like getting, maybe like, I don't know. I don't know, it's interesting. When I went to the Nintendo Museum, they had like graphs that showed you like the sales for games across all the regions, which was really interesting to look at, because you'd see like Japan had such a tiny little like 20, it's like, oh, Japan has like 20% of the sales, and then like North America has like 40 to 50, and then like the other regions are the rest. And yeah, like I don't think I saw any Switches on the trains, so I don't know what the deal is with gaming there. Like, I think it depends on like the people. I don't know the demographics, and I'm just talking for like what I've heard, but I don't know like how legit that is. Because that could just be, like, someone's experience and blah, 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 blah. But yeah, it's like you don't see a lot of stuff on the trains. You see people watching shows on the trains, if anything. But I also, maybe, I don't know, did I avoid rush hour? Probably. I mean, that is also true, right? Like, we're talking, like, one country versus the continents. But I mean, it makes sense. Like, if you have, like, NTSC J, NTSC NA, and then AL, it makes sense. But yeah, like, I don't know. For consoles are weird. Like, sure, I've maybe, like, let's say, like, half the consoles I've been given as Christmas gifts, which makes sense. It's a big item. It'd be the big thing for Christmas. It would get you for the year, right? Kind of. And then I bought, like, the other half. I can justify buying a console, like, for one game, probably. You know, like, it's kind of easy to do. Okay, it is almost noon, but we still have a decent amount of money here. Yeah, as long as you can play Animal Crossing on the DS, that's fine. And perfect, because that one allows you to share a house. If we're talking Wild World, yeah, you would have shared a house if your sister played it too. Anyway, I think like when I got my Switch, which I didn't buy, but I was like, oh, I can justify this just off of Zelda. You know, it's like, oh, Breath of the Wild, I'll play that. I played that for like 90 hours. Like, if you look at the price of the Switch and the price of the game and divide that by 90 hours, whatever, right? Who cares? It's easy, and then it's also Animal Crossing. And if you add my Animal Crossing hours, then you know the hours played to money spent, the ratio is really good. If you look at the Switch 2, and I bought it, and I was like, yeah, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and I'm also like, yeah, there'll probably be another Animal Crossing on it. But even just Donkey Kong Bonanza, if you look at how much money I spent on that. I also bought it with Mario Kart World because it was bundled and cheaper, and I said, whatever, fine. Like, even I can even justify that. Like the Switch is like however much, then you throw in the extra 100 for Donkey Kong. I played like 37 hours. Divide that. You still get like, it's expensive, but it's like, if you go and play a round of golf somewhere at like a smaller course, that's like maybe 30, 40 bucks. And obviously that's for like a couple hours, but I'm just saying, like, people are like, oh, it's so expensive, it's so expensive. But if you think of how many like hours you get from it, and then compare it to the other activities that people do when they go out, or like look at the price of bowling, and just like saying, like, I don't know. Money is one of those weird things. Because if you have like money, then it's like different, but then I think it's just like people value money differently for certain things. And for me, gaming is like the big one, so like it's very easy for me to justify it. So like maybe I'm like, it doesn't matter, like, oh, the price, whatever, like I'll figure it out. It's not like I buy a console every year, but whatever. You two whole shelf rows of DS games, because even the big games would go on sale. Yeah. I mean, the problem with games is that, like, it's a really weird thing, because, like, the price of games has never gone up, traditionally. Like, when we saw all these things about people, like, talking about the games, like, if you, like, adjust for inflation, the games are still cheaper than they used to be, supposedly, at least in, like, North America. But yeah, I mean, like, the thing is like, back in the day, we had a nice thing where, like, the Switch game, or the console games and the handheld games had different price points, right? Like, Canadian dollars, like, 20 years ago almost. Not quite 20, but let's like 15 and 20. I don't know. It was like $40 Canadian for a DS game, and then $60 Canadian for, like, a console game. And then they did the Nintendo Selects titles, which would be those console games, but cheaper. That, I don't think the egg price thing is that weird here. I think that's more only in the States. I don't know. I think, like, I usually buy organic eggs, and I think they're free run. I want the chickens to be living better lives. I hope that's true. And I think, like, that's still like $7 or $6, or maybe it's like $5 to $7 for a cart, like a carton. I don't want to just buy, like, the cheap whatever ones. I want them, like, you know. And it's like I use eggs, like, sometimes, but it's not like I'm using eggs all the time. I mean, I usually always have, like, one, like, carton of eggs in the fridge, but yeah. So, like, that's because I'm, like, you know, I just think it's the better thing to do to buy from those ones. And if it's more expensive, so be it. You know? I'd rather spend the extra money on that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. The money's weird. No, I think they were still 40. They were 40. I think it was 40 for, like, handheld games, and then 60 for console games. My memory was 40, but maybe I'm wrong. Again, I didn't buy games that often back in that day. Like, I would look at them. Ah, okay, sorry. Yeah. 40. It was like 40, 60. And it's like, yeah, I don't know. Back then, it's like I babysat at some point, so I had a little bit of cash, and, like, maybe I'd buy a game every now and then. But, like, back in the day, I didn't buy that many. Or if, like, something came out. I was thinking about this, like, recently, because, like, nowadays, if a new game comes out, I kind of, like, drop what I'm doing or, like, plan around it, because it's like, I gotta play this before I get it spoiled or something. And, like, back when I was a kid, that wasn't a worry, and I didn't have money, so it was like, oh, a game's coming out, that'll be a birthday gift, or a Christmas gift or something. So, like, I don't know, money for games back in those days didn't mean much for me. And now it's like, well, I gotta do this before it gets spoiled for me, you know? But, like, I don't know, not everything. Like, I haven't seen much Kirby Air Ride stuff, or Kirby Air Riders stuff, rather, which is good, because I haven't bought that. And I do really like Kirby Air Ride, but that's like, oh, I'll get it for Christmas. That's an easy Christmas gift, you know? Because, like, I don't need to play it immediately. It'll be fun to play, but I don't need to get on it right then and there. But yeah, I know, it's like, I don't know, everyone's different when it comes to spending, so it's like not as simple, but yeah, I think like the hate's just like out of proportion. Like the price, that was one thing, and then I don't know, I don't think DK, did DK get hate? I don't know if DK got hate. It doesn't deserve any hate, that's for sure. Mario Kart World got some hate because of the price, but then if you get it with the bundle, it's cheaper, and it's like, okay, sure, they're really trying to push Mario Kart. Who cares? Whatever. Makes sense. The world doesn't deserve Reggie, that's all I'm saying. There's a lot of heat for the Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour game because it cost money, and again, the world doesn't deserve Reggie. Shout out to Reggie the GOAT. It's also, like, not that much money, and, like, it's also not that great anyway, I don't think. I don't think it's that interesting of a game. I mean, yeah, that's the, yeah, I do, like, I personally, like, I know that there's, like, this whole thing where, like, oh, Animal Crossing New Horizons was released incomplete, and then they had to fix it. But at the same time, yes, I kind of like that they did those updates as it went, so then everyone was experiencing that content at the same time. I think, like, on one hand, I hate how connected we are, because then, like, if you're not doing something, some jerk's gonna go out and spoil it for people on purpose because they have nothing better to do in their sad, pathetic life. And that's not great. But on the other hand, like for me, like experiencing something that everyone else is experiencing, like that's kind of fun. Like experiencing it as like a community or group, even though like I guess that's the cool thing. Like if you're watching like a show that's airing and you're like, you know, talking to people about it, or like reading about people, like, you know, like when you watch a show and then you can like read posts of people experiencing it, like that's I don't know, I like that kind of connection I like. So when they were doing those updates in Animal Crossing, we're all just like, you know, getting drip fed the content month after month or whatever, which makes sense with the seasons and everything. I enjoyed that. I didn't think that was a problem. People were like, no, the game was incomplete. They had to do all those updates to fix it. Yeah, I don't think Bonanza got that much hate. I think it's a really good game. I think some people said that they think Odyssey's better, and I think those people are crazy. I think Bonanza clears Odyssey. I think Odyssey was like fine, but there's a little bit too much going on. Also, I don't think it messed with the timeline if you like... I think it's clear after playing it, but it's also not clear. But also, like, the end was just absolute cinema. Like, I mean that 100%. That ending was, like, incredible. Like, feeling the way I felt when I played through that ending of Bonanza was... I do not feel like that often while playing games. So that one rewired my brain chemistry. I don't know if it is personal opinion at one point, because they are like different enough, but like obviously Bonanza was made using like a lot of the foundations of Odyssey. So I think that's why they get compared, and it's the same dev team. So I think that's why people are like, no, this one's better. And I think it just does a lot more, and it's more interesting. And the way that you can interact with the world is more interesting than Odyssey. I feel like Odyssey, like there's just too many like moons. But then Bonanza, like it didn't feel the same way. Ah, okay, that's fair. But yeah, they're the same team. So, and yeah, anyway, great game. I really enjoyed Bonanza. And then, like, I don't know what else. And then, yeah, I guess the Pokemon game, that one got a lot of heat. And, then Metroid's been getting a lot. I guess Kirby didn't get much heat. But, like, the problem with Kirby is that, like, Mario Kart came out this year, and then the Sonic game came out this year, and then the Kirby game came out this year. And, like, people would just be, like, comparing the three of them to see which one's better. And it's like, I guess that, like, yeah, sure, Mario Kart and Sonic could be compared because they're both kart racers, but, like, I don't think Kirby's just a kart racer. I think there's a lot more going on. It just feels, like, weird to, like, compare it to the other two, because, like, the races aren't its strong suit. It's everything else. Anyway. I'm almost done. And yeah, I am at an hour and 50 minutes, so we will basically be at 2 hours of buying, because I think I have 1 or 2 more inventories. Actually, maybe more? No, I can do at least 2. I don't think I can do 3, though. That's the part I'm not sure about. But, yeah. I just think there's been a lot of hate nowadays. I feel like there should be less hate in the world. There you go. That's my positive message for the stream. There should be less hate. A safe statement. Nobody could have any issue with that. People have issues with that. That's an issue. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So I know I dropped like... How much did I drop? I dropped enough for 14.2. Kirby is a funky car building exploration thing with a decent story. Yeah, it's completely different. I don't think it's like right to compare the two. It just doesn't seem genuine. I think that's the problem. I think people are very disingenuous with their gaming takes as of late. It's just like they're just saying it for the love of the game, and the game is hating. I know I can be a hater sometimes with certain things. I do recognize that. But I also like to think that, like, hey, maybe this just isn't for me, you know? Like, generally speaking, racing games, they're not for me. Realistic racing simulators, it's not for me. But for the people that like it, yeah, great. Sure. You know, I don't know. Just one of those things. But yeah, I want to get more Metroid going. The only thing that I haven't spoken about is that like there's two control schemes. One of them is like a dual stick one, so you move with the left stick and you aim with the right stick, and the other one is like pointer mode. And I am using pointer mode just to see. Like I feel like I should get that experience, and then if I play it again on hard, maybe I'll use dual stick. But like when you played Metroid Prime on the Wii 3, sorry, and then I guess they re-released the other two on the Wii in a trilogy with reimagined controls, I think. Very Pikmin-esque of it. Anyway, yeah, you like pointed the screen to aim, to shoot in the Wii one. And in this one, like, you use pointer mode, so it's like relative to like how you're using the Joy-Con, you can like recenter it with the button. So like, yeah. It's interesting. I think I've gotten used to it for the most part. It's not like perfect all the time, but like you can almost just use the other mode. My only problem with it is actually when I'm driving. When I'm driving on the motorcycle, it's really annoying because like I want to just be able to like freely move my camera on the motorcycle, but I can't. I have to. It's like, and when I'm driving, I might naturally just like move my hand, and then the camera goes off to the side. So I feel like maybe it needs to have like two control schemes, or it should just have a different mode there. But also like makes sense for you to still be able to aim like that on the motorcycle. It's like you're trying to like scan things or like target things. You need to have some ability to move. I don't know. I don't know. I need more time to like have a full opinion on it. You know, the interesting thing about this whole like Mario Kart World debacle is that they actually updated the game this week. And they like changed a bunch of the intermissions. Like, I don't know if you've seen this, but it's actually like low-key crazy. Like, I saw like at least one comparison where they showed the map and it's like this is what the intermission used to look like, and it was a mostly straight line, and then here's what it now looks like, and it's completely different. And it's like, wow. I saw some tweet where it's like, can we just address how like Mario Kart World has done nothing for updates? And then it was literally some guy retweeted being like, you picked the worst time to say this, because they like just put something out. So that's really interesting. And they actually added like another thing. They did like an item thing. You can like completely change all the items that are like, you have full custom item rules now, I think, which I don't think was the thing before. So yeah, I haven't played since like it came out. When it came out, I did like a bunch of the challenges. Like when I played Mario Kart World, I haven't played a Mario Kart game in ages. I played the Wii one. That's kind of where I stopped. I think Double Dash is kind of where it peaked. Actually, sorry. I know I don't have a lot of time because I'm almost out of turnips, but I will quickly try to say what I'm trying to say here. But it's like, I played Mario Kart 64. I think the game's fine. I'm very nostalgic towards it. Like, the sound effects, the characters' voice lines, like, just, like, the screeching of the cars while you drift, and, like, the E's that show up. All that. And playing, like, the battle maps with friends. Peak. Double Dash, I think, is better, though. I think it's the best one. The Wii one was cool because you could play as Funky Kong. And you could wheelie with the Wiimote. And it has Coconut Mall. And that was fine. And then I didn't play anything else after that. I played like 8 Deluxe maybe, like 1 or 2 times with other like groups of people. And then I played World, and I was like, yeah, this is fine. Like I thought, like the elimination mode or whatever it's called, that was kind of interesting. I thought that was kind of cool. I unlocked like the characters, some of the characters, and then some of them were annoying to unlock. And like, you know, you get coins and you unlock more of the cars. That was fine. And then like, they had all the challenges that you could drive around the world to do. And you could look at the map, but it didn't really track where things were. And that was kind of annoying because you wouldn't really know how to find everything. But like they've added a bunch of stuff. They added some like UFO that you could use to unlock the characters because before it was just all RNG. I think they actually added stuff to the map so you can actually see what you've done. So that's pretty cool. Mario Kart DS is where you're at home? Okay, that's fair. I did play a decent amount of Mario Kart DS download play. I should say that. That's like the only like handheld Mario Kart I think I played. That was kind of cool, and it had like a mission mode, and I think that was interesting. You'd like drive around that weird thing, and you have to like defeat the Goomba King. I think that was kind of interesting. I kind of like that. So that was cool. But like, yeah, with World, like the map and having all those like things, like I was like, oh, maybe I should like try to collect everything on the map and do everything. And then I realized how many there were on because I looked it up. And I was like, oh, that's a lot. Yeah, I think the missions in the DS game were actually really interesting. I think that was a really good thing that they added. So that would have been fun for you to be like, wait a second, they're listening. Okay, that should be 14 inventories or 15. I think it's 14. Wait, no, that's 15, isn't it? I used all the money in that acre plus the money I had here, so that should actually be 15. And we're at nearly 2 hours. I think we're at like 5.5 mil today. I'm gonna just claim that. Okay, we're claiming 5.5. Okay, so Joan is now gone forever. Not forever, but she will be back. I'm gonna go see what Katrina gives me. I'm not gonna reload for any other characters. I'm just gonna see what fortune I get on my character. And then I'll buy stuff from the store and then I'll wrap up. But yeah, I think like they've added a lot of stuff to Mario Kart World. I'm kind of shocked because it's just like random and out of nowhere. But I think they're definitely improving the game, and like I think this last change is pretty big too. Okay, she just gave me the good fortune. That's crazy. Okay, well, here's the thing. I need one more raffle item. That's it. If I get said raffle item, I no longer have to buy things for the next, like, 5 months. I have all the shirts for, I have all the shirts for the summer and spring, for the winter and spring seasons. So if I got the last raffle item, I would not have to worry about any of that, and I could sell off all my raffle tickets. It would be beautiful. Now, obviously, if I don't get the raffle item before June, I'll be able to do the summer fishing tourney, and that should basically lock it in and guarantee it for me, because every time I've done a fishing tourney and won it, I've got a new raffle or red item. So, based on what I've seen, it should get me the last one. Also, it's possible it could get buried in my town at random by a villager, right? I did just have a cement mixer buried today. That's not an item I need. Again, I have all but one of the items that could be buried, so chances are it's not going to be. But it could happen, and it could still show up in the raffle. So if we get it at any point soon, that's great, because it's good for us and we don't have to worry as much. And if Katrina's here, again, I said last night, I wasn't going to bother doing it. And then I'm here, and I'm not going to switch other characters to shuffle the turnip pattern, because I don't want to do that, because it's been pretty good to me lately. I don't want to reject my turnip patterns. That's the idea. So, I mean, hey, if I get the right fortune now, then yeah, I'll bite. So far, it looks like... Where's my furniture? I haven't got any yet. I feel like it's a little slow. Also, there's a peach right there. Is it? No, it's the peach. That's the one on the tree, but it looks like it's on the ground. Okay, that's embarrassing. Can't see, apparently. Okay, I've not got any furniture yet. This is lame. Give me my furniture. Okay, there's one. So Nintendo Selects on GameCube. Nintendo Selects was the Wii era. We had Player's Choice on GameCube, and it was a yellow border along the top. And on the spine where it says GameCube, that used to just be like a black border, but for the Select, it's also yellow. So it's a lot of yellow on the Selects. My childhood Animal Crossing for the GameCube is actually a Player's Choice. I don't know if those were cheaper though. Again, I was not conscious of money. No, I was conscious of the concept of money, but I don't know if I was. Yeah, I've seen that. As I've mentioned on stream a lot, I've been doing my like retro games and like trying to buy things, and I've seen some weird ones, and I was like, oh, is this a European thing? So I'm becoming more and more aware of specific version differences between different regions. Because I was like, what is this? Is this fake? It's like, no, it's European, of course. It's funny. But yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, you never know that, like, oh, wait, they have a completely different there? Oh. Anyway, I feel like the chances of me actually getting this last item like this... But I'm gonna just do it anyway because I got the right one. Yeah, I don't know. Does Nintendo care about Europe? Do they? Not sure. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. It would make sense that Player's Choice would be cheaper. But, like, nobody does that anymore. Because I know, like, everyone back then used to basically do that. But now, like, nobody does it. Okay, that's a blue corner, and that is a green dresser. Blue corner and green dresser. Who's who? Blue corner is a raffle, and green dresser is red. Okay, so we're not getting the thing we need, that's fine. All I have to do now is just buy some stuff from the store, basically, and then I'm out. Which is good. I've been talking a lot. I can feel it. So this is our house model. Look at that. Look at that beautiful house. I'm just going to drop it there. And now I can mark it off my catalog. Yay. Progress. You'll love to see it. Really? That's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. That's weird. I guess, yeah, maybe it is a little weird. Is it, like, I assume there's a Nintendo of Europe, right? But maybe they're just, like, it's a little weirder? I don't know. I'm not really sure. There's also the Nordic countries that do their own thing because the first guy doing it. Okay, that's... You're... weird. What are you gonna do, though? Okay. So, we're just over 2 hours. It's 12:30. Not too bad. I mean, I got like 5.5 mil, so I'm pretty happy about that. That's cool. It's not too bad. Now I can relax for the rest of the day and do play some Metroid or something. So tomorrow, well, I guess this week. So Katrina's here, but I'm not going to reload because of the turnips. So we'll figure out who the next visitor is going to be tomorrow, and that should fall on Wednesday, which will be the 1-year anniversary. I keep mentioning that, but again, it's a big deal, and it's like it's a marker of progress or something. So, yeah. I'll get the manor model tomorrow, and that'll be one more thing out of the way, which is good. There's documentaries. Okay, I might. It depends on if I'm in a very specific mood, I would consider that. Don't always have time for background stuff. That's when I'm playing RuneScape. Usually I have something in the background. Or at least if I'm grinding. If I'm doing something where I need to focus, I don't. So it's very specific. Anyway, that's basically it for today. It's snowing. If it stops snowing, I can get a gyrate tomorrow maybe, which would be nice. Okay, I'll probably do a quick read just to understand what that is, and then maybe later I can figure that out. But yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen this week. Again, I don't have a great feeling about... Actually, I'm pretty neutral about turnips right now. I don't have a strong feeling, and I don't have a good feeling. I feel like anything could happen, and I've spent 2 hours, and I spent a good amount of money, and if it happens, and we're good. If it doesn't happen, it's whatever. It's a good price. We got 5.5 mil. My goal's always 4 mil. We already hit 600 mil. Hopefully, I don't want to lose enough. If I lose too much here, then it's possible. Well, okay, here's the thing. If I spent, let me do the math here. I think before I close up, I will do the math. According to my turnip numbers, I need 389.6 mil. So let's just say I have like 604.4 mil. So that means 1.4 mil over. Now, if I lost 1.4 mil or more than 1.4 mil, I would no longer have 600 mil, which would be lame because I wanted to have 600 mil. But if I have this price and I multiply that by, I guess, 31, because I think I bought a 15th inventory there, then I should have like 5.533,500. Okay. So if I lose on that, let's say I got a decrease immediately. If I decrease immediately, at most it'd be 20%. So if I times that by like 0.2, then we have 1.1 mil. So if I have a decrease, I'm still good on the 600, right? If it's just decreasing all week, the most I would lose is 1 mil, basically. So I would still have at least 600 mil. So if it immediately decreases, I'm okay. I won't lose it. It's fine. Whatever. If I immediately get the Monday spike back to back to whatever, back to back, then we're good. But if it doesn't decrease, that's when if it's just a random pattern, that's when I'm more likely to have issues and lose more money. But I haven't seen a random pattern again for a very long time. I thought that was going to be the case 2 weeks ago, but then I got my Friday spike, my first perceived Friday spike, and then last week I got the Monday spike. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but I am prepared to sell as soon as I show up. So I'll be on in the morning. I'll probably start around the same time, assuming I wake up on time, and then go from there. But yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. This week we'll have the 1-year anniversary of me starting the GameCube version of the game. So I'll talk a lot about what we've done and what we need to get done and where we're at. But until then, it's probably like pretty chill. And then the only other thing is, like, we're waiting for Toy Day. Like, we're thinking about, like, once Toy Day hits, I get those 2 items, good. And then I do the jingle stuff, good. Then I'm basically just chilling until February for the Groundhog Day items, because I want to get more of those. And, like, again, the raffle items, and, like, yeah, and money. And hoping Gracie shows up. So, yeah, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for hanging around. I'll see you around. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye.